Good morning, everyone. I hope you're well. I hope you've had a good weekend, and I hope you have a really good week as well. Monday's started off a bit of a bloodbath, hasn't it, this morning? Just going to dive into the charts, but just one quick thing, guys. Once again, thank you for all the really great comments. Keep them coming, because that's great. And a few of you have been making some good trades as well via the Telegram group, so that's also equally great. It's all about making money and increasing your crypto positions there. That's the name of the game. So yeah, it's good. I hope you're all learning and everything as well, and as we keep pushing forward in this channel. And we've got a nice little community that's growing now in the Telegram group, guys. So if you're not in that Telegram group, do go to the video description below and you will see a link to that particular group. Okay, yeah, let's dive into it. We're looking at Bitcoin right now, and you can see we have tanked there on the hourly time frame. We're coming down. It looks as though we're coming down. We've shot through this 55 EMA on the daily. We've lost the 20 EMA on the daily as well, on the hourly, sorry. So we've lost the 55 on the hourly time frame there. We maybe find a little bit of a bounce. I'll zoom in a little bit, guys. There was a bit of a bounce there. That looks to me like it may start and form a bit of a bear flag there. So we may potentially looking at a more of a bigger breakdown, and possibly, guys, not a definite science, but we may be looking at a little bit of a bear flag there, and we may potentially break down again to this sort of level here. So we may be looking at a more bigger of a correction here for Bitcoin. Not definite. We may be just something to be aware of on the hourly time frame. So we may come down even further to this level here, guys, which is 49,149, and you may see us push down just to test this support line again, which is obviously it's really healthy. So just on the hourly time frame here, we could potentially be looking at a correction from this point here down to this support line at some point, and have a bounce off. So you could potentially be looking at a short trade at the moment of around 3 or 4%, yeah, 3% down to that level. Given that, if we was to bounce off this support line, okay, say very similar trade to what we've seen here, you can see when we bounced off this support line, we went all the way up. We didn't quite get to this neckline. We've not really tested this neckline yet of this inverse head and shoulders. That's something that we do need to see. So you could probably potentially see us trading in this channel here, in this horizontal, in this symmetrical triangle, and ranging for a little bit. But hopefully we do get a breakout, and that obviously is to the upside. But when we go down to the bottom here, guys, if we bounce off there, then I would be looking for a long position up to this neckline. So that's a 7% trade. Just something for you to keep an eye on in Bitcoin on the hourly time frame, guys. So yeah, that's it. We are being supported there by the 55 EMA on the hourly time frame there as well. You can see that is quite bullish. That's a very bullish candle. That's called a bullish hammer, and that potentially is turning into another bullish hammer there. You can see that it wicked down, and then the buyers bought it up, and we're forming what looks to be another bullish hammer, which tends to be a signal of reversal pattern there, guys. Okay, when you see bullish hammers in continuation like that, it tends to be signals a reversal of any force pressure moving down, or again any force pressure moving up. You'll see the reverse. They're called shooting stars. So yeah, so we'll jump into the Ethereum chart right now, guys. So Ethereum still looks healthy, even on the hourly time frame. I know we've broke down a little bit. You can see we've had this wick down to the 55 EMA, guys. On the it's not even touched the 55, to be fair. Ethereum looks really strong. I know we're having a minor correction at the moment, 1685. We were at those levels yesterday, and you can see right now we are bouncing off the previous high in this run up here as support. We probably lost the fib levels. We did find a fib move up there on an impulsive wave, corrective wave, and we were looking at an extension on the impulsive wave, but we potentially lost that now. So we'll wait for it to sort of channel out a little bit, which it looks like it is. It's formed two bullish hammers there. You can see that. They're very strong reversal trend candlesticks, guys, something to keep an eye on. I'll try and show you an example where we bounce down and we get the wick down. You see that's it's a little bit of a bullish hammer just there, guys, where you can see just there. See that one there, where it needs to probably be a bit more up towards the top, but they tend, if you get a couple of those in succession, it tends to be a very bullish pattern of a reversal, guys. So that looks quite healthy to me, and we could be looking at the bounce right now. But again, failing that, we may come down and test this 55 EMA as we have down there, look. But we are above this neckline, which is good for Ethereum. This on the hourly time frame. We were targeting that inverse head and shoulders on the 4 hourly time frame there, guys. So just there, and you can see our potential target up to 1941, and you can see as we move up we have these corrections, and you can just constantly keep bringing out your fib levels on them. So okay, so let's say potentially we've formed an impulsive wave there, right? This is an impulsive wave, sorry, and this is a corrective wave. Let's say that now we are bottoming out on Ethereum, and we're going to push up after this corrective wave here. Again, that's a very bullish candle that's forming there on the 4-hourly time frame. That's called a bullish hammer, guys. You can look that up on Google. When you see the wick at the bottom and the body of the candle at the top, it looks like a hammer. So providing we can close that candle up here, it may even turn green, then that's a bullish continuation pattern, a reversal pattern. So let's bring out the fibs on Ethereum on the 4-hour time frame. So looking at the 4-hour time frame here, you can see this was probably a potential bottom there, and then we went up and we formed the impulsive move there, guys. See that? So that was an impulsive wave there. We topped out and we've come corrected down. We just wicked down below this 0618 here. We're finding some support here on the 0618 with the body of the candle. You see that? We had a wick down. So let's say as a thought experiment then because Ethereum is super bullish, okay? And I always say just buy the dips. If you can, buy the dips, because you'll pat yourself on the back for it. So let's say this is the bottom now of this corrective wave. We've gone up in this impulsive move here. We're correcting. And now we'll say that we're going to move up from the bottom of this wick here, guys. So we'll move this up like this, and we could potentially be looking at another impulsive wave, because you can see it's fighting. It is fighting. That candle is fighting. It's trying to push up, and that will form a green bullish hammer, guys, when it gets brought up. So we'll say that was the bottom of the wick then, and we may form another impulsive move from there up to that level at 1788, guys. So that would be a nice impulsive wave up, and then obviously if it gets up there, target a correction back down to that level for there on Ethereum. But we'll bring up a daily time frame on Ethereum. Looking at the daily, you can see we're super bullish, guys. We tested these EMA. You already know about all that on the daily time frame there. The RSI is leveling out in the middle, which is good. Volume's picking up. You can see we're potentially looking for another push here on the volume, so a potential breakout up to that target looks likely. You see the volume's tailing off a little bit, guys, like that. So when you see the volume tailing off, it's usually indicative of a massive breakout in the upside or the downside, obviously. But the fact that we broke this inverse head and shoulders and we're pushing up to this level shows to me that we're potentially looking at a massive influx of volume just here, potentially in the next couple of hours, to push us up to that 1941 and absolutely get the bull run started again, guys. So that's just something to look at on Ethereum. We'll jump into the link chart now. So again, link on the daily looks super healthy, guys. Really does look healthy. I'll drop that fib level out now. But just here, what I say to you about these bullish hammers, yeah? See that? It's called a bull hammer. Look at them. Beautiful. They are a massive signal of a reverse trend. Okay, you can see we came down, we've hit the 55, the body of the candles bounced off it beautifully. I'll get rid of that, take that out, and you can see that we bounced off it, we come up, we're getting above this 20 EMA, and then we're bouncing off it as support. Really bullish setup, that is really bullish. So potentially we could be looking at a massive pump. The RSI is sitting in the middle, which is a really good sign as well for continuation. Super bullish on the daily, super bullish. You may see us retest this 20 day moving average here, the 20 EMA. May come back and retest it. I know I'm supposed to click on log, but it doesn't matter either. Look, people click log, auto, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Anyway, a lot of people use the logarithmic chart on the high time frame, so the more you zoomed out, they use logarithmic. I do, but to be fair, it doesn't really matter unless I'm creating lines and stuff. So at the minute I'm just showing you on the normal chart here. So for me, Chainlink looks really bullish. It actually looks like one of the most bullish charts that I'm charting at the moment in crypto, does Chainlink. This here is super bull mode, guys. I can't tell you how bullish that is. Obviously we may have a little retracement, but this shows enormous buying pressure, and you can look at the volume as well tailing off. Wow, Link is potentially in for a massive move, because we've got these bullish candles here, right? Okay, we're bouncing off this 20 EMA. Lovely, look at that. We bounced off to 50 and we're pushing up and we're bouncing, we're moving slowly through it. It's such a nice organic growth as Chainlink, honestly. Just look at it, it's a thing of beauty. And you know, look at when the volume tails off and the surge of volume that can come in. We're not even in this sort of level of volume up here, guys. As soon as that kind of candle comes, you can see the magnitude of the pump that comes. So potentially we could just bust up to new all-time highs towards that $40 anytime for Chainlink. And I did put some information in the Telegram group about Chainlink as well. How statistically, I'll bring it up for you now, actually, guys. I'll show you. Yeah, so look at this, guy. This is a chart, and it shows the amount of Chainlink being withdrawn or added to exchanges. Look at that. 10 million Chainlink have been removed from Binance. Ask yourself why. So in total, 11 million link have been removed. Research Chainlink. Look into staking. Look into locking link up on networks and how it actually works. Something big is coming. I can feel it. Well, you shouldn't ever feel it. You should never trade off a feeling or an emotion. But the statistics and the price action are speaking volumes for Link, guys. I would definitely be looking to bag some if you've not already got some. That's not financial advice, guys. But Link looks like it's being set up for a very, very big move, guys, just in my opinion. So that's Chainlink. So we'll jump onto the hourly time frame on Chainlink then, guys, see what we can see. You can see that Chainlink on the hourly time frame here is just moving up beautifully, almost guaranteed with the fibs. It's moving up, impulsive wave, corrective wave, impulsive wave, corrective wave, impulsive wave, corrective wave. You know, drop these fibs on here, guys, and you'll see what I mean. So we've gone up there, impulsive wave there, guys, from that bottom there on the hour left. Come back, bounced off this 0618. Let's drop this fib on it again. We'll move this fib up to that level, and look at that, perfect. We went up there, and another impulsive wave off this bottom, topped out just there, and look where we bounced off, guys. When we did top out, see, another impulsive wave at the top, we corrected, look where we're bouncing off our bottom, the 0618. So that is a beautiful trend that's intact at the moment for Chainlink. It's acting beautifully. Let's look at 1Inch for you. See, 1Inch broke out of this trend line. We formed that bullish cross there, guys, and since that bullish cross there, we did top out 7%, almost 8% up there, guys. We are retracing, but we are finding support. What we've not made here, though, which would be bullish, is a higher high. We basically made a lower high, which is quite bearish. It sort of, look at that, it went up and couldn't quite get up to this level. So what would be nice if we could do something like this and just target this moving up. We didn't quite get up to the top of that channel on 1Inch, so create this new trading channel now. So you could potentially be targeting this level here as a level of support on the way up. It would be nice to see some higher highs in there, though, guys. Definitely, there's a bit of selling pressure there that's brought this back down to this level. But the fact that we are bouncing off this higher low here as well, and we're moving up, I would definitely be targeting this trend line. If we fall out of that, then potentially quite a bearish pattern again, guys, and we're just falling down again, and we may potentially fall back into this trend here where we get repressed and pushed down to that lower level. Hopefully not. Hopefully, you know, Ethereum's looking bullish and the market picks up and 1Inch goes with it. So at the minute, it's just looking like a level of consolidation. I would target these levels here, that level there, to bounce off and then potentially go up, make that new all-time high, and then just trade in this channel quite nicely until we get the bust up on 1Inch. But it's currently trading at 389. Not really a great deal else can be said. If we look at the fib levels, guys, look at the fib levels from that bottom there. See, we pushed up there, and that was the top there. So we had that impulsive move there. We've come back down. We've lost the 0618, and we're bouncing off this 0786. We are actually sitting on the 0618 now. So we've pushed up. We have pushed up. We have come down, and the 0618, as you can see, is sitting on a 55 EMA, and this is on the hourly time frame here, guys. So we could be looking at a bounce now on this level, which would see us bounce off his support line as well. So again, this is a bit of a critical time. This particular price action here for 389 on 1Inch, we could see a bounce here. And if we was to see another nice impulsive wave up, guys, we would be looking at something like that level there today at some point, like a $4.15 pump for 1Inch off this 0618 level on the next fib retracement. So that's something to target for 1Inch, guys, moving forward. We'll look at the high time frames here, the daily. You can see on the daily we've not even come down to this 55 EMA yet, guys. So we could potentially just kind of crab sideways, stay under this 20 EMA for a bit, because like I said to you, I do like to see things come down and test this 55 EMA. Yeah, we could sort of, if you look at that level there, that 20 EMA on a daily sits roughly where our target is at the top of that fib. So we could see a push up, get rejected off the 20 EMA like that, and this will slowly creep up as well, and then we may sort of consolidate in this area here until we bounce off this 55 as support to confirm the uptrend before we push through the 20 and move on. So at the moment, just probably potentially a level of consolidation and reaccumulation for 1Inch at the moment. The positive thing is that we have broke out of that downtrend there that we're being suppressed and pushed under. So the fact that we've broken out of it, we could still see the surge up, but I think a healthy retest of this 55 EMA on the daily, it looks feasible there, guys, for 1Inch. So yeah, I'm just going to jump into Reef right now, guys. So just looking at Reef on the daily here, guys, you can see on the 55 we've touched it, which is good. We went above the 20 on the daily time frame. Okay, we got above it, great, brilliant. We broke up to the upside, and now we're coming back and testing it as support. I know it looks a bit ugly on the lower time frames, it looks like we're crashing and correcting, but all we're doing is coming and testing these EMAs. You can see we've got a nice wick bounce off that. Look at that wick just on the 20 EMA, guys, on the daily time frame. So that's positive. That's positive. So potentially we've already touched the 55 a couple of times there, yeah. So that's positive in itself. We broke above the 20, which again is positive. We pushed up, got that high there, come back down, testing it as support before we continue up to take out them previous all-time highs. And that's a daily time frame. It is really that simple. It's a patience game, guys. I know I've seen a lot of people in the groups. Oh my God, it's crashing. Oh no. Reef is a thing of beauty. It's working. You know, it's working really well, guys. It's just a patience game. And again, if you're getting a bit bogged down with the hourly, the more you zoom in, the more confusing and the more crazy it looks, and the more volatile the chart looks. But when you start to zoom out, guys, and look at the bigger picture, like I always say to you, look at the bigger picture. You get such a bigger, broader view of what's going on. Like certain charts that you look at, they've gone parabolic. They're nowhere near the 55 EMA. You know, the fact that they've got to come down. One example is DOT. I'm going to chart DOT because I had a quick look at that, and DOT is like up there, and it's not come down to the 55 EMA at all on the daily. It doesn't always have to, but you will see a healthy correction down to this 55, guys, in an uptrend. Okay, always see it come down to that and bounce off. It bounces off. That's so positive. I can't express to you enough how positive it is when you get that bounce off to 55. Okay, so what we're doing here now on the daily, we've shot through and we're back testing this 20 EMA, and if we get a bounce off that, that's even more positive for Reef, and we potentially just get that bigger bounce and make that high in this uptrend and that high low in this uptrend, and we're off to the races. So again, all you could do is just bring up the fib levels again. You could see this is just a fib retracement off that. So if we went like this on the daily time frame here, from that bottom there on Reef up to that top, yeah. So look at that. That was our top, that was our bottom, wasn't it? Where we came down, we bottomed out, we've gone up, we've topped out there at that level. Let's bring that down a bit for you guys, just so you understand these fib levels are so important, guys. They're so important, you know, in tracking your charts and charting in general. Just take a look at these fibs, zoom out and take a look at these fibs. So we've obviously gone up in this impulsive wave there, and we're corrective wave, and we're bouncing off of 0618, as we say to you. That's a healthy retest of support in an uptrend. Once we start to lose those levels, especially on the daily time frame, once we're supposed to lose those levels, then you're looking at a bearish market. And if we get under these EMAs as well, you're looking at a bearish market. But at the minute, we're back testing these support, and people go, oh, it's crashing, it's going into the ground. No, early days for Reef. This is early days. We're still in the early days of this bull market, guys. I've told you this bull market is going on till September, October, in my opinion, the cycle. That's how it works. So yeah, we're potentially early days. This is like phase one of many phases, 3 or 4 different phases, I believe, in this particular cycle. So you've got, imagine this growth here. You've got 4 more levels of that potential growth in this market. So you can only imagine where Reef is going to actually go to, because in this impulsive move here, guys, from that impulsive move there at the bottom to the top, it appreciated 784%. So if you've got 3 or 4x of that from here, then you're looking at 20, 25, even 30x from here, guys. at the end of this bull market. So it's all a patience game. Unless you're trading it, unless you're day trading it, zoom in. If not, buy and go to the beach, okay? And just come back in 6 months and cash out. But yeah, we're getting healthy retests. This looks really good. So again, on the daily time frame as a thought experiment, guys, let's just look at this. Let's say we did do another impulsive move off that bottom, because we target that all the time. Yeah, that would take us up to that level there, which we're targeting. So again, healthy. We're on our way up to that sort of level there. Okay, so that's Reef on the daily time frame. We'll jump into the hourly now, guys, on Reef. So with Reef on the hourly, you can see we have formed a bearish cross there, and we are coming down. We're testing these previous highs here. You see them, resistance there, and a bit of support there. We are wicking back up above that level there, so that is a bit of a key area at the moment on the hourly time frame for Reef. Seeing us come down and back testing that support. We could do with getting above these EMAs again. I'm not saying that won't happen. We could do. You can see the RSI here. It's pretty much in the floor. We're quite oversold down there. We may dip a little bit lower to that sort of level there, under 30. I said to you, anything above 70 is overbought. Anything below 30 is oversold, guys. And they're usually indicative of reversing the trend. So what we'll be looking for here, we are quite oversold, okay? As you can see, we're quite oversold, and we're forming looks like a bottoming out pattern there. That's a bullish hammer. So this is probably a bottom here, and we're going to get bought up and go to the moon. Failing that, if we move across in the charts now, you can see where we've potentially got support on the hourly time frame. So that is definitely a local bottom there, isn't it? That is an absolute local bottom. I'm not saying we're not going to crash all the way down to there. We could easily correct down to them levels, but we have got a lot of support here on the way up. See these levels here, that's support. That's another level of support there. You can see that. That's what I said to you. Look at price action, look at in the chart history, guys, and you'll get a more of a clearer view of where the support levels are on the way up and where the resistance levels are on the way high, unless you're in price discovery. Price discovery when there's nothing above you and you just keep going and keep going and keep going, and then you slow down, then you're setting new levels to fall back on a support and then potentially resistance if you fall under that support. So yeah, at the moment it's all right, just healthy retests on these EMAs, and obviously on the daily we've looked at that. If we look at the 4 hourly on Reef, you can see we're bouncing off the 55 there. We formed that bullish cross a few days ago, 3 or 4 days ago for Reef, and we've absolutely exploded there. So yeah, just coming down, having a healthy retest of this 55 EMA there. We're not losing it. Again, it is all based on whether or not Bitcoin behaves, and at the moment it does look like it's behaving. Potentially come down and test that support line on daily time frame and then bounce from there, guys. Yeah, so that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the content. Please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. Thanks, bye.